Well, WolfOfEloStreet, he does have a Bacchus in his arsenal. We've seen it before. He's pretty good in the Bacchus when he wants to be. We'll find out, though. Game 2 is ready already. Can Paradigm 2-0 and put Dignitas to bed?
Kepri on top of him and the chase down. ShadowNightmare finds the kill!
Absolutely brilliant.
There's the Athena ult. Real's ult should help secure this unless Athena actually... The ult lands just in time for Sun Touch to intercept.
Go Fury, Reds is here. Let's watch him. Dignitas get him gone. Fury off that engagement. Hey, look at that. He's picked some bands. Paradigm versus Dignitas. Paradigm will be first pick again, and Dignitas will respond. I really want to see maybe you see they need more aggression on this team, maybe instead of waiting for the Geb to get the blink online. Maybe they look at the Bacchus then, because Bacchus is something WolfOfEloStreet's played before as well. He's pretty aggressive on it, and he does like to go in, but sometimes he can just overdo it from what I remember about the kid.
And that's not going to allow Paradigm to pick up the Bacchus in response. This time, Kepri is going to get off the table, as Paradigm did first pick it the last game. Trixtank doing a beautiful job rotating around level 3 or 4, finding the early kill on the Zeus after the purification was down. Paradigm recognizing on those missed opportunities from Dignitas.
And Paradigm is just going to abuse Dignitas here because they're going to ban the same two things again. They banned Raijin last time, Dignitas. They're going to have to do it again, but I can't remember what slipped through last time from Dignitas in the ban phase.
We're going to see what the first pick is here. Maybe it's going to be a first pick Bacchus. We could see maybe a Cabrakan as well.
Oh, it was Guan Yu.
It was the Guan Yu. They recognize just how much sustain that it has early on. The Ra has a lot of sustain as well, so maybe we're going to see an early pick from Paradigm as well.
This time, though, they want Zeus for Lawbster. They want to get the extra aggression in mid lane, so a denial again of a ShadowNightmare. Got him to be fair to ShadowNightmare in that game, even though Dignitas didn't look great. He did do a lot of damage.
And that's the whole job of Zeus. Your goal is to, whoever's going on you, you have to dish out as much damage as you can before you go down. He almost found the kill onto the Fenrir when he used that purification earlier on. However, he didn't have the support from FrostiaK because FrostiaK was too busy stealing the back harpies, and then he had to back once we saw him jump over towards the mid Phoenix.
Guan Yu gets through, and Guan Yu gets locked in for Dignitas this time. Could go to Dodo, could see it on WolfOfEloStreet as well, so we'll see how this one plays out. Paradigm, though, with the Zeus, they may look for the Odin here. I mean, Odin already could be still useful.
It's very possible that anti-healing is very, very good. It's also going to protect your backline. It's going to set up your Zeus ultimate as well. Beautiful call, Hindu man.
Oh, totally. Don't. You'll embarrass me. Don't say that.
Beautiful.
I'm not an analyst. Remember that. I don't know this game. I just talk about what I see on the screen. That's about it. Odin is locked in for Paradigm, though. Will they go for the Fenrir as well, or is that going to be an Odin jungle? That's my question.
We could see a Hu-Yi here in the situation. They're trying to synergize with the Odin rings, and Hu-Yi Odin in the dual lane is going to be very aggressive. You're going to be able to clear the wave very quickly. You're going to clear your back camps as well, so you're going to get to laning phase first. However, it's Funballer, so he's going to play the Chronos.
You know, I'd like to see in the jungle for Paradigm here, maybe Cabrakan as well. Just Odin, Cabrakan, walls for days.
To be fair, we don't know if that's going to be Odin solo, or
Odin
if that's
jungle.
Odin jungle, Odin support. That's why Paradigm's a very scary team to play against.
And the funny thing is, I think that's what they're waiting. If Scylla does get locked in for ShadowNightmare in mid lane, is to see where that Guan's going. Because when they know where Guan is, they may just put Odin in that lane anyway.
So we could see a flex pick between the support and the solo laner.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm thinking about it a little bit more. I doubt Xaliea is going to be happy about playing Odin.
Unless it's against the Guan.
No, Xaliea doesn't like doing things like that. It's too normal. It's too boring.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure Xaliea will be like, that's boring.
It's going to be Isis, right? That's what Xalia's thinking.
I mean, I say that, but then he plays Raw in solo, so who knows. Anyway, Ban's coming through. A Wheelix taken out by Dignitas. They're really worried about that as well, because people obviously want to leap out of that cage if they can. So that's taken away. And Apollo once more. And Geb.
And the Wheelix ban is really calculating here the fact that they have the Scylla and the Hunbats. So
now, Geb being banned by Dignitas tells me Guan Yu's support.
That's a good point. You don't want to have the Geb on your team, so you just take it away, the defensive options away from Paradigm. The Bacchus is still available for Paradigm, so they can play very aggressive with Odin, Bacchus initiation, which would set up the Chronos and the Zeus. That Chronos could also go solo lane for all we know.
True. I'd probably look at Odin, Chronos duo with Cabrakan jungle and just go for dual lane all day. If Guan Yu is support. Well, we'll find out. Anhur locked in for Rens one more time. Tried, true, tested. Let's just keep him on it. What will we see come out for the final picks? It's going to be a Thor jungle, which instigates Odin is either solo or support. The final one is where it's all going to be. It's some Wukong. And that's still a flex pick. I hate you, Paradigm.
Yeah, because we did see some Wukong coming out of Trixtank as well. He's known to play. Remember the Super Regionals, that strategy that they ran with Sun Wukong?
Oh, I remember even
going into the red buff,
yeah, and
stealing it.
Do you remember at launch tournament, Tolly?
Oh, the The launch tournament.
Were you there?
Yeah, I think I was
Do you
there.
remember being in that game?
Yeah, there was this guy, Trixtank. I think it was his birthday also.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday. It was hi-rez Clumsy's birthday too that day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday to Trixtank that day.
Yeah, well, Tier comes in for Dignitas finally at the end there for TheDarkDodo. So it is Guan Yu support, and it's going to be... I'm pretty sure they're going to put Odin in the dual lane.
I would-
Chronos.
I would put Odin in the dual lane in this situation. You have a lot of burst damage, and also you're going to have a roaming Odin the way Trixtank likes to roam as
Yeah.
well, which would set up your Zeus in the mid lane very beautifully.
Well, ShadowNightmare and Dignitas, they've got a big hill to climb here if they're going to find a win. They need to find a win. Do they want to go to DreamHack, or will Paradigm deny them the option? Game 2, it's ready. Xaliea with a good silence, keeping Axios in an awkward position. Tremors are making it come up big. One more hit, he will die as well to Xaliea, who gets a double.
Run away, Xalia's coming. He got him again! Blind shot in the dark finds the kill.
Trixtank is there, still stunned, but it doesn't matter. Funballer finds the last hit, and then he finds a beautiful stun on Variety as well. He can't even get Lawbringer up.
Well, it all comes down to this for Dignitas. First of all, they need this win. Trixtank is some Wukong.
Are you surprised? Because I'm not.
I mean, what's he got? Oh my god, he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
He's going
like,
to do the same
this-
strategy
this
that he
is-
did at Super
this is-
Regionals, man.
This is like, hey, Dignitas, oh, you think that cool strategy's cool where you go and invade with Bacchus? Watch me do it on some Wukong.
It's almost as cool as a Cool Cat. Cool Cat's in chat as Trixtank
Yeah,
is going to look for the
I'm just going to let that
invade
sink
here.
in. I wanted to see how long you'd last there when I'm like, I'm not going to help you.
You're not going to assist me with the Cool Cat? All right. Well, I know Twitch chat's going to assist me with the Cool Cat, whereas we're going to see Trixtank playing very aggressively here. His goal in this situation is similar to what he did in Super Regionals, where he's going to walk in, he's going to Wrath steal the red buff, and then he's just going to bird form away.
I mean, it's Trixtank's jungle, technically. Bacchus, Suntouch has been doing it all season. And the worst thing is, you know what I would have liked to have seen Suntouch in this game too, playing Bacchus, and they both do it. They both go Wrath, and they both invade each other's buffs.
The mirror invade, just
good.
cut a line down the map.
And I love that. But now Trixtank going to wait the longest here. He's not been spotted yet. He has now. He's going to force a reset. So even if he doesn't get the Wrath off here, he's just forcing them to reset the red over and over again.
Not having the red buff on the Scylla is going to allow your Zeus to play very aggressively. You're going to have the better clear, and then you can steal the left and the right side mid harpies.
Oh, the Impale was good from Rent, but it's not enough damage. And he gets it. But he's still going to die.
He finds it. He didn't get his bird form to run away. He got his cudgel instead.
He got his cudgel instead.
Yeah, that was very surprising because that's not what he did last time.
I tell you what, he needs to go and see Senpai Suntouch because Suntouch would have taught him how to get out of those situations because he did every time. Embarrassing, Trixtank. Embarrassing.
So gold favoring Dignitas. However, once the left side mid harpies are going to be taken for Paradigm, as Xaliea is going to get aggressed on, just wasting a little bit of time. It's a good idea to keep the jungler in your lane, so now you control the mid lane a little bit better. Paradigm's going to be able to steal these back right harpies after they clear this mid wave.
Yep, clear the mid wave out and then look for it. FrostiaK is going to find out the right harpies are down. The left one's already been confirmed as well. So where are we going to see left-hand side Qvo go to? It looks like he's going all the way over to the left-hand side for the boars, yeah. And I think that was just because of the delay that we saw come out from Trixtank.
And Trixtank level 2 right now. WolfOfEloStreet is still level 2 as well. So not the worst thing in the world. The gold is...
Rens didn't know. Rens didn't know. Rens didn't know. He knows now as Qvo brings him down. WolfOfEloStreet now being focused by the wall as well. Jingle Bang and the double tap connects. Qvo with a double kill. And it's 2-1. Paradigm retake the lead.
Paradigm are so good about taking any little advantage that you give them. Those boars are up, they're going to take them. You don't recognize that they're there, they're going to gank you. They find the double kill despite losing earlier on after the red buff steal.
And with that, Xaliea is going to continue farming up against... Well, this is a rough lane for him, to be fair. Tyr versus Odin, definitely Tyr's favor.
I would say Odin is a favorite until Tyr's level 7.
Okay. Because of the sustain.
The sustain, with the defensive power cleave right there, you just stay in defensive stance and you can't die ever. In this situation, Xaliea might be able to hit level 5 before Tyr and could potentially look for a pick.
Well, the only one Xaliea we're definitely picking in this game will be potentially WolfOfEloStreet, just trapping him in the ring. The rest all have some form of escape. Talking about escapes right now.
If he hits this bird bomb, that's going to be a dead Tyr.
He's got him on it too. Bird bomb does not hit, and he will walk away.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily would have killed him there, but it would have been really close. He would have taken a lot of damage after that bird bomb.
Did Dodo still have Lawbringer available? Did he have enough mana for it in that? It looked close.
He just hit level 5 after he power cleaved those last minions.
Okay.
And that's why the play from Xaliea came out, because he had the wave advantage. The tier was still level 4, Xaliea was level 5, and just a little bit of poke. And the ultimate comes back very quickly anyway, so using it in that situation doesn't put you in an awkward position at all.
Well, Qvo heads back to base and picks up full boots after getting that double kill. Trixtank, as per usual, in his jungle, looking for farm, which isn't bad of him.
It's his jungle. He has the Wrath. He needs to utilize it as often as possible to allow the rest of his team to play aggressively.
And with that red buff being delayed a little bit, speed buff will come up first. And look at this, though. Dodo and FrostiaK setting up for Xaliea. But Xaliea, he smells this out, something rotten. He's just sat there like, listen, I ain't moving. But meanwhile, look at this now. Paradigm able to invade the speed buff with Trixtank with Wrath. By the aggression onto Xaliea, they're going to steal a speed of Paradigm.
Very nice deal. Blue buff is coming up as well. The Wrath was used, so it's not going to be a confirmed steal for the blue. However, if you keep the jungler position here, then this is going to allow the red buff potentially to be contested. Glow Fury is open as well.
Yeah, Trixtank just going to hang around here. Mid-Harpies are about to spawn too. So we'll see what the priorities like. Qvo looks towards the red buff, seeing it being done by WolfOfEloStreet there on that left-hand side. But the invaders coming out from Paradigm for the blue buff. They see FrostiaK come in. Trixtank shows his presence, and FrostiaK slows damage, but he's taking free poke from that camp.
Exactly. He's taking a lot of poke right now. That's the goal of Trixtank. He doesn't even have Wrath available. He just wants to buy as much time as possible. Trixtank still has his ultimate, recognizes that he's not in jeopardy. WolfOfEloStreet is rotating as well, so a little bit of an advantage for Dignitas as they have the sustain.
Well, even though Dignitas got the advantage, left Harpies went the way of Paradigm, as did the right for Paradigm too, as Funballer made it a rotation over to those left-hand Harpies here. So now they can just go back to farming up their own jungle, and they still come out with a win.
And they get the speed buff from Dignitas. They get their own speed buff as well. It's not looking too good for Dignitas, despite them getting that early first blood. They're down already 1,000 gold.
Yeah, struggling a little bit at this stage of the game. 2,000 experience too at 4 minutes in. That's 1,000 experience per 2 minutes, or 500 experience a minute.
They're actually ahead now, faster than they were in the first game. So this is not looking good for Dignitas, as QvoFred's going to go in the air.
He is going to go up, but the leap is already down from Xaliea, and I think Dodo may sniff this one out. It's only a 1 second stun, remember, when he lands because of the passive. If he combines it right, though, he can do a hell of a lot of damage, and he does do that to Dodo. But Dodo doesn't panic. He's holding everything because he knows the bird bomb's on its way, and when it is, he can Lawbringer to safety.
Lawbringer towards the mid lane. QvoFred utilizing that speed buff to his advantage, just making sure that the tier does take consistent poke. Zeus going to get a little bit of poke off. Dodo's going to have to back in the situation. It's going to allow Xaliea to pick up those fire giant, go back to lane and clear that out as well.
I will say, TheDarkDodo, for being a guy who didn't solo lane before coming into the season, he plays this very well for the most part. He gets tough opposition week in, week out, but his decision making there was something that you really have to think about, knowing that if I ult now, the Lawbringer, you know, the ring's going to come down, I'm going to be dead, so I've got to hold it and hope to survive and juke. And he thinks very, very logically, which I'm really surprised at. He's adapted to this lane very quickly.
And it's very difficult to do so against an aggressive jungler such as QvoFred that's going to pair up with Xaliea, who's also naturally aggressive in the 1v1. Unfortunately for Dodo, his teleport was down, so he missed out on that whole wave earlier on.
Well, Trixtank did drive for first blood, but he's currently equal level with the mid laner ShadowNightmare. ShadowNightmare 2 levels down on Lawbster in the mid lane as well. As Trix actually going to pull the Glow Fury here, because it looks like Paradigm are going to try and see if they're going to respond. Trix does have his ultimate, so they can use the clone if they want to.
He has the wrap to secure. He also has the detonate Zeus ulti. This is a
quick.
free, easy 6-minute Glow Fury for Paradigm. Very calculated.
Completely quick and easy and painless for them. And then they go back to Soaking Experience, and immediately Dignitas realize what's up. Impale off the mark from Rens there, looking to hit Trixtank. Trixtank will just go back to base now after Paradigm farm up that wave.
And now QvoFred still looking to play aggressive, recognizing that the speed buff is available for Dignitas. Lawbster looking around the corner, trying to get any sort of follow-up. QvoFred has to be careful, though. He's surrounded 1v4, just going to use his hammer to get away.
But it takes 4 men to come over and defend the speed buff. We see this a lot coming out just lately. And that's one of the signs that I'm always worried about. Is 4 men at speed buff always means a Glow Fury, but it's already down, so it's not too
It's already down, and the mid-wave floods into Dignitas, so they're going to miss out on a little bit of gold. Both mid-Harpies are spawning relatively quickly. Paradigm position for the right side mid-Harpies as Dignitas just going to secure their own red.
Well, they don't even know about when they're left spawning. You can see Funballer is the one that does, because he took it last time. He's going to be there with Trixtank and Lawbster now to have a fight if there is one over these left-hand Harpies. But I don't think Dignitas will look to contest, because there's only 2 of them there.
Not having the timer is hurting Dignitas a lot. Paradigm controlling those mid-Harpies is so good for them right now, because if one team just consistently controls those... well, we have Thor in the air.
He's going to dunk in. He's going to find the wall again. The burst is perfect, and Qvo's executed that well both times. Basically, the wall has been inch perfect.
And now this is where the bird bomb starts hitting driving like a truck right now. It hurts too much right now. Tier's level 9, Xalia's level 11, the Thor burst as well at this point in time. That's a free kill. Now they're going to steal the blue buff away from Tier. He's already behind and struggling, and now in mid lane.
Doesn't connect. Lawbster, though, with the detonate does, and the ultimate response. I like ShadowNightmare's idea. It's just too little too late for what he could have done.
Not much he could have done there, sacrificing his life, and now Paradigm looking to capitalize. They're always looking for something in return after a kill. They steal the blue buff after the solo lane kill. They kill mid laner. They're seeing if the back rights are up for Trixtank.
Trixtank going to rotate all the way right to the right side just to soak the experience from the blue buff with QvoFred there. Obviously, Xaliea happy enough in that position to not even need the blue buff. They're going to give it over to Trixtank.
And that's something that he's definitely very happy about if he's going to continue to roam aggressively in Dignitas' jungle with this Wrath play. Stealing the red buff when it comes back up is going to be the next target for him.
You will head back to base again. His build so far, just Ninja Tabby, the damage option, and working towards a Breastplate of Valor. So a very individual-based decision on his abilities here.
At this point, he's thinking about the early game. It worked out for Paradigm in the first game. It's going to work out in the second game as well, as they have a very commanding lead. Funballer potentially might get ganked as the boars are being stolen away from him.
Trixtank's going to find that out as well as Funballer does step forward a little bit. FrostiaK going to be spotted out here by Trix and be aggressed on a little bit. The somersault is now down, which means Tiger could connect, but a nice juke gets him away from danger. And talk about jukes, I like what Rens did with that leap there to just displace Funballer further away, but now he could be in trouble because now Trix is here again.
And now with that jump, he's going to get chased down. Trixtank going to counter the ulti with his own. Rens is going to fall in the back to Lawbster as Trixtank falls onto FrostiaK.
They're looking for Frosty, and the Tiger will connect, as will the Berserker and the Jingu Bang. Trixtank gets credit for the kill. 6-1 is the touchline. WolfOfEloStreet has the cavalry charge away. ShadowNightmare making a rotation to this, but he's on his own. He'll find the cripple and the crush, but it's not enough for Lawbster, but will the I'm a Monster be?
It does connect, and he finds the reset, not able to find the second hit, however, as he does get traded. WolfOfEloStreet in his own tower. It's not looking good as he cannot defend 1v3 as he gets wrapped around behind QvoFred looking for the kill.
And Wolf is going to fall down eventually to Cuvo, who's now on a killing spree as well. They'll look for this tower, potentially, but there's no minions just yet, so they're just going to have to wait that one out.
It doesn't matter if there's minions or not. They're going to look for the red buff. It hasn't respawned quite yet. They're just going to poke around their heads around the corner. Left and right mid Harpies are respawning. QvoFred capitalizing on the mid-wave Paradigm, running away with this one.
For me, I just think FrostiaK has just got on so well with Suntouch. That's what I feel, because FrostiaK's not had 2 good games again, and for the most part this season, is all with him and Suntouch have been a great pair.
Jungler support synergy are very important right now. When you lose that aggressive support that you're used to playing, that changes up your whole style, and FrostiaK hasn't been able to adapt the same way he's been playing with Suntouch.
And that's not WolfOfEloStreet's fault. It's just a situation that they're in right now. Like, I'm not trying to blame WolfOfEloStreet for this. It's just FrostiaK's not the same player when he's not got Suntouch in his team.
Especially when Paradigm does something very aggressive like they have with Trixtank running this Wrath, Sun Wukong.
It could be an awful end here for Dignitas, because at the moment, Paradigm again running away with Fear No Evil forced on by onto Lawbster, but FrostiaK will leap away back to safety. And I'm very disappointed for Dignitas here more than anything else, because the end of their season could come to an anticlimactic end here after a great season so far.
They started off pretty good at the second half of the season, switching things up as well, playing aggressive, doing some invades as their own, and then they switched it up, playing rather consistently with non-invade strategies as well. Unfortunately, not having Suntouch is going to hurt them in this set as well. Paradigm going to force the engage on Dodo.
Dodo just lost half his health already, and Detonate is still available. There's the burst of it, but Dodo's still alive. The sustain from Wolf will give him a little bit of a heal on that conviction for now. But he did lose an eye, as now ShadowNightmare, well, he may lose a leg if he's not careful. He has to Sentinel back to mid lane.
He was forced to use meditation there before the detonate did come up, as Dora's in the air. Scylla's in her ultimate as well, as QvoFred comes landing in.
Oh, gets the double tap, deletes one of them. Meanwhile, Lawbster, I thought he was going to go on ShadowNightmare.
I thought so too. ShadowNightmare was in his ultimate. He's very vulnerable for a lot of damage coming up, as whenever you use that on a monster, you're not moving for about a whole second, and that's a lot of incoming damage. However, QvoFred recognized that he could find a double Anvil of Dawn, a double hammer, double spin before the Guan ultimate has to be canceled that Berserker
Rens
rush.
knows the Gold Fury is on. Rens, it's up to you, my friend. Rens, can you do it again for fourth time? No! Paradigm, get the Gold Fury. The Desert Fury nearly kills Trix, but not enough. Rens leaps away, but chased down by Xaliea. The Bird Bomb is good. The Ring is good. The Pillar will keep him alive. The Sanctuary will keep him alive, but his death is still guaranteed.
Passive stack going to Xaliea, going to allow him to transition a little bit better in the mid game. Now with that Gold Fury at the 12-minute mark, Paradigm controlling the game even further, extending their lead to about 6,000. QvoFred just taking tower shots just for fun right there.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking for trying to stop WolfOfEloStreet from backing a little bit more if possible, but not going to be the case. 12-2 is the score now. It's Paradigm now returning to their own jungle to pick up their buffs. Can we go to the graphs and you'll see after that Gold Fury and the towers still standing. There's already a 10,000 experience lead.
That's
Jeez.
huge at 12.5-minute mark. Looking at the junglers, QvoFred's 3 levels ahead, Xalia's 2 levels ahead, Lawbster's 3 levels ahead, Trixtank is 3 levels ahead on support. 12 versus 9 support.
Absolutely rough situation for Dignitas to be in now, and Paradigm, like I said, they haven't even started taking towers just yet. When the towers go, that's more gold, that's more experience, because they do give a little bit.
And more map control, more importantly, which is going to allow you to set up more vision control, which might set up another Gold Fury, or potentially a very aggressive Fire Giant, which they could secure very easily.
Fino Evil onto Lawbster again, low on mana, overhand smash does hit, but a very good transformation comes out to Tiger, suddenly forcing away. Cuvo's in the sky, looking for the pick though, onto the somersaulting FrostiaK, who cannot get away.
So far, 1-for-0 trade, as we do have Dodo stuck, WolfOfEloStreet stuck inside that Odin cage.
Tiger doesn't connect, but the crush does, and now they have a monster might too, but no, just off the mark, WolfOfEloStreet will fall. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Funballer trading out with Rens. There's a straight man fight between the two of them, but a sidestep from Rens was perfect. You can't sidestep a bird bomb though. Xaliea though may have overcommitted, but not enough as Funballer does manage to help support him. Dodo gonna miss the fearless, the double tap from Cuvo's good. This is just annihilation.
The synergy between the Thor and the Chronos was perfectly. They find that X crisscross between the Scylla, finding the easy kill and the cleanup, not finding the mid tower. His Funballer's just running around, waiting for QvoFred to bail him out of this situation.
And Cuvo was just holding wall there, just in case the fearless goes off to stun him out from it. Wall misses that time though, and pressure from Paradigm continues down the mid lane. 14 minutes in, however, respawns have happened and Frosty's on the way. Cuvo may have bitten off more than he could chew. Up jumps to the monkey, FrostiaK, but the Sanctuary's better. The somersault still blocked by the Sanctuary. The team collapse and Paradigm pick up FrostiaK. That was almost a guaranteed kill.
FrostiaK was very desperate for a kill that his ultimate just came up too, which was very unfortunate for him. Finding that kill for FrostiaK would have been a very good thing for Dignitas to come back into the game potentially. However, getting another stack for Xaliea is going to allow Paradigm to push this mid-tier 1 tower.
Well, Paradigm are trying to put it to bed, but Blink from Dodo misses the Fearless because the Purification from Lawbster as well. The Zeusel is there, the Detonate is good. It's not going to kill anyone, but it does weaken them. Rens, isolated and alone, has to leap to safety, will be followed by a Bird Bomb just off the mark. Or did the Sanctuary block it?
Sanctuary was used, and with that poke from the Zeus, despite not getting any kills, they poked them out. They forced a teleport out of Dodo as well. Surrender vote being started for Dignitas. They are not feeling this game right now.
I mean, what could they do? Paradigm is just running around and just picking them apart every single fight. They can't even find a single kill. And with that, commiserations, but Dignitas, they're out of the running for DreamHack.
They're out of the running. Right now, Hungry for More and Cringe Crew and Paradigm are very happy. Those 3 are the 3 teams that are battling for those 2 spots right now.
Yeah, I mean, they could potentially still, all 3 of those could potentially still go to join Panthera. Still a close race, but let's go back to this game. Paradigm, they look great.
Lawbster looked really good as well, playing the Zeus in the second game, the Raw in the first game, just always being in the right position to capitalize with his ultimates. Anybody that set him up for the ultimate, he capitalized instantly.
And he just constantly was in position. When this combo with QvoFred's Fenrir, I really quite like Cuvo's Fenrir, to be honest. He sets up a lot for his team and played it correctly. That snipe, a little bit off the mark, but you know, you split the uprights now and again and it's still fine. But that one, connected.
You throw out 10, you're more than likely going to connect 7 or 8, and that's good enough with the short cooldowns from Raw as well. Doing a good job juking as well against ShadowNightmare there, as the Thor was up in there earlier on.
And his rotation was just on point, but this was the lead that Paradigm had, that he was able to rotate this much. They had lane pressure the whole game. This was Paradigm realistically abusing a Dignitas team that was weakened without having the synergy they've had all season. WolfOfEloStreet did what he could in that game, but it's just when something mixes up like a support change, it's very difficult to find, you know, synergy so quickly.
Exactly, the synergy was just too strong for Dignitas to handle. Paradigm utilizing the Thor and the Zeus combo beautifully. Dodo had he couldn't even land before the Zeus detonate blew him up.
And it's funny because at this stage of the season I would have been like, well, I think Dignitas is going to be the ones going to DreamHack, but it's not going to be. It's going to be Hungry for More Cringe Crew.
It was a very close race in the standings in the European side of things. And now Paradigm still remains second right now in the second spot seed. It's currently 16-8. They haven't clinched yet.
Stop trying to lie. Stop trying to avoid the question, I would not lie. Hungry for More or Cringe Crew?
Hungry for More, guaranteed.
You guaranteed?
Yeah.
But Cringe Crew's got so many games left.
They do have a lot of games. So the thing is,
they've got 8 games left.
They do. beating Panthera currently, Hungry for More is in a good spot because their next opponent's going to be Leftovers.
True.
And then out of those 8 games that Cringe Crew have, 2 of them is going to be against Panthera.
But Cringe Crew could run the gauntlet.
They could.
As in, they could take every single game. It's not easy.
So assuming Hungry for More lose their next 2 against Leftovers, Cringe Crew are going to need to win 6 out of 8 to get into DreamHack.
Well,
6 out of 8.
The race is still on in Europe. But we still have another game to bring you today as well. After this short break, it's going to be, I believe it's Torpedo. No, Leftovers versus Fnatic.
It's Fnatic versus Cringe Crew.
It's Cringe Crew. And Cringe Crew, obviously, they need to find these wins to stay in contention for this. We'll be back after this short break with Fnatic versus Cringe Crew.